नमस्कार, मैं डॉक्टर संजय मित्तल हूँ। मैं डायरेक्टर क्लिनिकल कार्डियोलॉजी एंड प्रिवेंटिव कार्डियोलॉजी के पद पे मेदांता द मेडिसिटी गुड़गांव में कार्यरत हूँ। और आज आप सबके बीच मेरा रूबरू इसलिए है कि आज की तारीख में जो यंग पीपल हैं, उनके अंदर भी जो हार्ट अटैक्स और सडन कार्डियक डेथ्स नोटेड हैं, उसके लिए मैं यहाँ पर आप लोगों के सवाल और जवाब के लिए हाजिर हूँ। पहला सवाल हमारे पास मिस्टर मयूर पांचाल का आया है। ही सेज, कैन सडन कार्डियक डेथ इन यंग पीपल ड्यू टू हार्ट इश्यूज बी प्रिवेंटेड? दिस इज अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन मयूर. The answer to that question is, to a large extent, yes. If we act timely and correctly, we can prevent sudden cardiac death in people where we detect high risk situations. For that, we have to understand that even young people, not so frequently though, but they can have chances of sudden cardiac collapse and death. Specifically, 2-3 things which we must correct. If you have a family history where the people at younger age have died suddenly or collapsed suddenly, you may be actually harboring a disease in yourself which can precipitate on exercise and cause collapse. In situations like this, specifically if you have such a family history, you should get yourself evaluated by a cardiologist. There are certain diseases where, such as hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, where the heart muscle is thick and it obstructs the blood flow to the whole body when you exercise, or at some times it can cause irregularities of the heart beatings and cause you to collapse, specifically when exercising otherwise. So this is one of the very common causes in young people dying suddenly. Some people may have abnormalities in the arteries of the heart. For that matter, people must understand that the heart, for its own nutrition, requires blood supply, and this is done through coronary arteries, the arteries which supply the heart muscle itself. And if there is a wrong pathway of these arteries of the heart, sometimes when you exercise, they can get compressed and cause decrease in flow, which can lead to a sudden cardiac collapse during exercise. The third thing, which also is important, is some people actually harbor some electrical abnormalities of the heart, which can also precipitate during exercise. We call them long QT syndrome or Brugada syndrome. These are semantics, the scientific terms. But you can get yourself evaluated by a cardiologist, specifically through an ECG or a 24 hours Holter, to judge whether you have such kind of a risk. And if there is a risk, in these situations, better not to be a sports person, restrict your activities, and sometimes you may require an ICD implantation, which is a machine which keeps on detecting your heart beating, and the day or the time it detects that irregularity suddenly shocks you or gives you a pacemaker to correct it and save your life. So yes, to a large extent, it is correctable given that you are observant of the risk factors, the early warning symptoms, and take corrective measures as advised by a cardiologist. I have another question here by Himakshi Bharadwaj. Himakshi says, after experiencing what symptoms should one consult a doctor? Himakshi, this is an important question for people, lay people who are sitting here and observing what I'm speaking out. Because almost everything you can experience on exercise should not be ignored. Say, for example, a person feels lightheadedness or dizziness, or, for example, a fainting spell on exercise. This is a warning symptoms and should not at all be ignored, and a cardiologist should see. Other people can have breathlessness or breathing difficulty on exercise. सांस फूल जाएगा, सीने में heaviness हो जाएगा on exercise. These are also not to be ignored. So, एक चीज़ जो मैं आपको बताना चाह रहा हूँ हिमाक्षी, अगर एक्सरसाइज करते हुए आपको कोई चक्कर आता है या सीने में दर्द होता है या सांस फूलता है, और अगर बेहोशी के से लक्षण होते हैं, तो ये इग्नोरेबल नहीं है. इस समय आपको जल्दी से जल्दी उस चीज़ को देखना चाहिए और उसको रेक्टिफाई करना चाहिए। अदरवाइज़ ये एक प्रॉब्लम है और ये लक्षण हो सकता है कि या तो हार्ट अटैक हो सके या हार्ट कोलैप्स हो जाए, एंड दिस बी अ रिस्क टू लाइफ, एंड वी शुड ऑब्जर्व दैट, एंड अ कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट, a doctor should see as early as possible in this situation. I have another question here which has popped in. Mr. Deepak Mahavia, he is asking, how much is the COVID recovered patient susceptible to cardiac diseases? And what are the precautionary measures to save the person from this thing happening? Deepak, this is a very important thing. For last 1.5, 2 years, the whole world is reeling under the pressure of COVID scenario. So once a person develops COVID, there is definitely that we understand 10 to 20% people keep on reporting that there are problems, even though the COVID was mild or not even significant. 10 to 20% various studies have shown that they continue to have symptoms like fatigue, like breathlessness, tiredness, sleep disturbances, palpitations, and these are the people who have vulnerability that there may be simmering inflammation or swelling inside the body, which can influence the heart. Sometimes these are the findings that the person might have had experienced some inflammation of the heart muscle during the COVID, which may be lingering on and put a person on unnecessary stress or strain of sudden collapse or fainting spells, which we have also noticed in the last 1.5 years. So, if we have symptoms which are because of long COVID hauler syndrome, which can persist even after 12 weeks of recovery and sometimes last to 6 months to 1 year, we can actually have the courage to go to the doctor and get evaluated whether there is a simmering inflammation or is it just the stress of confinement, social isolation, financial problems which are happening to almost every one of us today, and so much a bombardment of wrong and right information, which is very difficult for most of us to discern whether what we are hearing and listening on the WhatsApps and social medias and the medias is in our situation right or wrong. I mean, these are all the situations which can lead to a lot of problems. And this is why a legitimate assessment by a physician could help you in understanding whether there is a wrong thing going on or you're fine. Just relax and learn to take life easy and graduate on it. Two warnings I would like, rather guidances I would like to give for people who have recovered out of COVID, that COVID can influence heart disease in many forms. As I said, it could be a simmering inflammation, which we call as myocarditis. It could be the stress, which can lead to hypertension and more precipitation of existing heart disease, which person did not feel anything about earlier, but now because of the stress and certain inflammation, there are vasculitis or inflammation of the arteries of the heart, which can lead to precipitation of heart attacks or other problems because of clot formations and all. So there are things which can happen after COVID because of the inflammation scenario, and this should not be ignored and get evaluated by a cardiologist. Even young people are known to happen because they are unfortunately notorious to ignore their health issues because of the fact that think they are healthy and nothing can happen to them. So that is the caution. People who actually experience and are guided by the doctors in the best format should take life easy. I would say a graduated exercise program is better than jumping onto their exercise program, proving to the world that they're fine. So I say that you start your exercise regime by 50% of your capacity, and every 4 or 5 days start improving by 10% till the time you reach to your maximum. Mind it, don't push yourself to your limits. That is something to best avoid it until unless you have been certified by a cardiologist and a doctor that you're fine and you can take that stress. So there are mechanisms which by we can do those things. do an exercise test. We are doing cardiopulmonary exercise testing, where we judge the lung and heart capacity to actually tolerate the exercise, their heart rate responses, their oxygen capacities, and their cardiac reserves, and let them know what kind of exercise is safe and good for them. So these are a few things which are important for people who have come out of COVID. There are other things which we actually have been asked. Mr. Satyabrat Bhattacharya, he is asking how common is sudden cardiac arrest in young people and what are factors that lead to it. Satyabrat, this is an important question. In today's scenario, when we have heard so many people, athletes and young people dying suddenly on the exercise field, it's all the more important. As I said, why is it important is because young people tend to have chances of sudden cardiac death, which is much less frequent as compared to the elderly population. But that does not mean it cannot happen. Almost one in every 50,000 people who die suddenly all over the globe, all over the world, unfortunately are less than 35 years. So there are people who would uniformly, unfortunately, meet with a sudden cardiac death syndrome, even in age of less than 35 years, when we think we are healthy and nothing can go wrong. So what are the risk factors? The biggest risk factor is a bad family history. Bad family history means that if you have a family where, as I said, sudden cardiac death or sudden demise of people has been reported less than 50 years of age, you should be watchful. You may be harboring those genes which can lead you to certain diseases such as hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, where the muscle of the heart is thick and cause problems of irregularities. There could be electrical irregularity tendency in you, long QT syndrome or Brugada syndrome, which has to be adjusted. Or there could be abnormality in the arrangement of the arteries of the heart, as I just discussed in the previous description. Those things could be there, and this is something which has to be assessed and addressed to if you have symptoms. And what are the symptoms? The risk factors. The risk factors is if you are having problems of dizziness or exercise intolerance, you should be watching for yourself. And the biggest one of them all is if we are indulging into drugs over alcoholism and smoking, we are definitely at a higher risk of having sudden cardiac death, or even for that matter, heart attacks at even younger age. I have seen people as young as 18 years of age having had a heart attack on the cricket ground, and the only risk factor this person had was smoking. Unfortunately, these are the vices people don't realize till the time that they actually experience that impact of disease, either die suddenly or have a heart attack. By that time, it may be too late. Because when you are having drinking excessively or smoking or having drug intakes, the health boosters so-called, you may actually be risking your life for sudden cardiac death or heart attacks. And that is the time, unfortunately, nobody realizes. Everybody thinks that the person is healthy, nothing would go wrong to them. And it's too late once the things go wrong. So we have to be watchful. There is another question. Tanisha Tiwari, she asks, what are the most common and neglected risk factors for coronary heart disease? Her question is very relevant. And today we have to realize why she is asking these questions. That coronary heart disease is a term we cardiologists utilize for a situation when the vessels or the tubes of the heart, which take the blood supply back to the heart muscle for its own nutrition, they get clogged. They get clogged because of slow fat deposits or because of clot formation on the top of those fat deposits. And these are risks which can lead to sudden heart attacks and then weakening of the heart and life like crippled, where you have breathlessness and all sorts of problems with exercise, and you cannot do your activities which you deserve at that young age. These are important. Why? Because world over, this problem, specifically in our country, this problem is growing by leaps and bounds. Today, India, unfortunately, is a capital in the world for coronary heart disease, just like diabetes and all other lifestyle diseases. Probably in our genes, or probably our bad lifestyle, which is responsible for them. And second thing which was bothering Tanisha Tiwari, was the fact that the disease is not only happening more, but also tending to involve younger people much more. In India, almost 12.5 people less than 30 years of age are known to die of cardiovascular or coronary heart disease in a year's time. And that is huge bit. And this data is increasing with time. So what we have to understand, and today's theme was younger people, so let me focus on the younger people. What is important for us to understand is that what are the hidden risk factors in younger population. The biggest risk factor for young heart attacks is smoking, drug indulgence, and heavy alcohol intake. Besides that, we have huge bit of stress which building up. Stress in the form, today's world is laden with competition. You have competition at every level, every day. The day you go out, you have a new competition building up. And this competition leads to stress, and the high stress levels also leads to increased blood pressure. And today's terminology, if you look at what happened in the last 1.5, 2 years with the social isolation, social distancing, and so much of financial burden, everybody is uncertain of what's going to happen tomorrow with the COVID scenario. This has led to increase or surgence of hypertension, which leads to increased pressure in the vessels of the heart and the vessels of the body, which leads to strain on the heart and more chances of heart attacks. So that is something which is important, that we have to learn to relax. That is very important. So smoking, tobacco has to go. Please keep away from drugs, because it's not just giving you a kick here, but it's going to hurt here. What is giving you a kick here may be hurting here. The only thing which can give you a kick here and save your heart is relaxation. Learn to take care of your stress. A good yoga meditation can help you. But realizing the life's goodnesses besides the badnesses which is coming is a big art. And I think it's an art to learn to look at the brighter sides when it is the dark. And you say there's always a silver lining across the darkest cloud. So that is something which is a good proverb which we should follow. And the third thing is, which is happening today in our scenario, is lack of exercise. Unfortunately, we are culprits that we are trying to find excuses that we are so busy that we don't have time to exercise. Who are exercising, please do continue doing that within the limits. Crossing the limits beyond your body's capacities is dangerous. So you have to have doing that under constant supervision of a monitor. So that is fine, but it should be monitored. The other thing is that yoga and meditation also can help you in taking care of stress. Diabetes, age advancing, and all other risk factors are fine. But these are hidden risk factors. The lack of exercise, indulging into stress and hypertension, and mind it, smoking, tobacco, drug abuse, and heavy alcohol intake is all related to high incidence of heart attacks even in young population. एक और सवाल मैं लेता हूं. मिस्टर सिद्धार्थ कुमार पूछते हैं, शुड यंग पीपल विद हार्ट एलमेंट अवॉइड फिजिकल एक्टिविटी? सिद्धार्थ, ये बहुत अच्छा सवाल है. ये सवाल मैं अपनी मातृभाषा में आपको दे रहा हूं. ये सवाल इसलिए बहुत अच्छा है कि इसके दो पहलू हैं. एक, ये है कि कॉन्सेप्ट एक कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट की तरफ से हर एक इंसान को जाना चाहिए कि यस, अगर आपको हार्ट डिजीज है तो आपके हार्ट के लिए अच्छा है कि आप एक ग्रेजुएटेड एक्सरसाइज प्रोग्राम को करते रहें। एक सुपरवाइज्ड रिहैबिलिटेशन प्रोग्राम जो हम कहते हैं, एक कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट के सुपरविजन में अपना एक एक्सरसाइज प्रोग्राम धीमे धीमे करके बढ़ाते रहें। बिकॉज कहा ही जाता है जितना आप एक्सरसाइज करेंगे, अगर आपका हार्ट कमजोर भी है तो उसकी कैपेसिटी बढ़ेगी और आपका कॉम्प्लिकेशन का चांस और आपकी लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी इंप्रूव करेगी। सो एक कॉन्सेप्ट ये है कि आपको जितने ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज करने की कैपेसिटी डेवलप कर पाएंगे वो आप करेंगे। इसके अंदर कैच क्या हो गया, आपकी कैपेसिटी बढ़ानी है, आपको एक्सरसाइज अपनी कैपेसिटी के ज़्यादा करने के लिए कोशिश नहीं करनी है। मतलब जितना आपका बॉडी की लिमिट्स हैं उसी के अंदर उसकी रेगुलरिटी के साथ करते करते उसको कैपेसिटी आप बढ़ाएं, एंड दिस हैज़ टू बी डन अंडर एक क्लिनिकल सुपरविजन। दूसरा सवाल जो हम एक आज का तथ्य था कि भाई सडन कार्डियक डेथ इन यंग, उसके अंदर कुछ सिचुएशंस ऐसी हैं जिसके अंदर एक्सरसाइज एक टैबू हो सकता है। कुछ डिजीजेस जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था हाइपरट्रॉफिक कार्डियोमायोपैथी है, या एबनॉर्मल कॉर्नरी अरेंजमेंट्स हैं, या प्रोलॉन्ग क्यूटी सिंड्रोम्स हैं। इसी सिचुएशन के अंदर एक्सेसिव एक्सरसाइज करना आपके लिए डेंजरस हो सकता है, एंड आपको कोई भी एक्सरसाइज प्रोग्राम में इंडल्ज नहीं करना चाहिए। लिमिटेड, आप जितने भी बिल्कुल कंफर्टली कर सकते हैं वो आपको करें, पुश अपने आप को नहीं करना चाहिए। हाँ, एब्सोल्यूट नोनोस जो एक्सरसाइज होते हैं जिसके अंदर आपको सडन कोलैप्स होने का रिस्क होता है, आपके कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट आपको देख करके उसके लिए गाइडेंस दे सकते हैं। बट एक बार अच्छी आदत ये रहेगी कि अगर आपको एग्जिस्टिंग हार्ट डिजीज है तो अपने कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट से मशवरा करके तभी एक एक्सरसाइज प्रोग्राम शुरू करें। अगर तो कोई ऐसा डिजीज नहीं है जो सडन कार्डियक कोलैप्स आपको कर सकता है एक्सरसाइज के बाद, तो ऐसे कंडीशन में एक ग्रेजुएटेड एक्सरसाइज प्रोग्राम्स के द्वारा अपने को धीमे धीमे जितनी ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज आप कर पाएंगे उतना आपका हार्ट सेफ्टी की तरफ बढ़ेगा। लेकिन अगर आपको कोई ऐसी बीमारी है जो आपको कोलैप्स करा सकती है, या सडन हार्ट अटैक जैसे लेफ्ट मेन डिजीज होती है, कई बार क्या होता है उसके अंदर थोड़ा भी एक्सरसाइज करते हैं आपको जब गिरोगे, जब होएगा तो बिल्कुल कोलैप्स ही हो सकता है। ऐसी कंडीशन में भी कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट से मशवरा करके, अगर वो मना करता है एक्सरसाइज के लिए, आपको ऐसे में एक्सरसाइजेस नहीं करनी चाहिए। अब मेरे पास समय कम है तो मैं आप लोगों से गुजारिश करता हूँ, रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि अगर आपके पास अभी भी कोई सवाल हैं, इफ़ यू स्टिल हैव क्वेश्चंस which I have not answered right now, please put them into the mailbox and we can answer them as and when I can. Thank you. Thank you for your attention, and I hope this session would have been useful for you guys. Thank you.